And we are live. What's going on, everybody? AB Media 83 here, live and on camera. And today we're talking about it's the economy, stupid. Only this is my take on it. So I'm going to wait for some people to get in here and we're going to get started. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe and to hit the Cash App and support the show. But yeah, today we're talking about it's the economy, stupid, not just the numbers. And once a few people get in here, you're going to understand why I'm saying not just the numbers. Hope everybody's doing all right tonight. I don't plan to take up too much of your time, but this is something we need to talk about because, as I call them, the butthurt blue, no matter who's, people like Joanne Reed, people on MSNBC are right around talking about, oh, the economy is great. The economy, Biden's economy is doing great. Biden's economy is recovering. I don't understand why everybody's upset. I don't understand why people are complaining about the economy. The economy numbers are improving. Gas prices have gone down. What they don't tell you is gas prices skyrocketed once Biden got in office and are just now starting to barely come down under $3. And we're not even going to talk about California. Bless their hearts. But yeah. Well, I only got zero, but okay. Let me check over on. Let me check over on YouTube for a minute. Uh, y'all give me just a second. Yeah, I got zero watching. Okay, it is what it is. Okay, all right. But anyway, there's a reason I want to talk about this because we got people who act like, oh, yeah, and I'm sure. I don't want to say their name. I didn't mention their name yet, but people like Man of Tomorrow, MOT, and Mike V want to. Oh, but the economy's improving. I don't understand why black men are complaining. Blah blah blah. But you're not asking the problem with with all these people's argument is they're not going to the soil asking what's really going on. They're not asking the average person living their day lives how they feel about the economy. When you go ask those people how they feel about the economy, what they tell you? Um, we're struggling. Oh, and by the way, this just ain't the poor folk. This is the middle class folk. We're struggling. Grocery prices are way too high. We're paying much more than we paid back when Trump was in office. A lot of people have pointed out we made more money when Trump was in office. And let's face it, if it wasn't for the COVID debacle, Trump would still be president. The, yeah, the Democrats are in trouble, and that's just on the whole. That's the economy is just. And here's the quiet part. The economy is just part of it now. Now this situation in the Middle East, with Zionist Israel, as I call it, um, that uh, I don't know how to tell some of y'all. Some of you butthurt blue, no matter who's this, y'all better get that shit under control. If you haven't heard, the Pope has come out and called Zionist Israel terrorists. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why would the Pope say this? Well, it came out today. Apparently, Israeli soldiers shot and killed a mother and daughter in the Gaza Strip in a Catholic church. You did not mishear that. I'm not misinforming you. The IDF shot and killed a mother and daughter and wounded 7 others in a Catholic church in the Gaza Strip. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute, this is Hamas territory. There ain't no Christians there. Wrong. There are Christians in the Gaza Strip, and believe it or not, there are chosen ones in the Gaza Strip too. Bet y'all didn't know that, did you? Yet Zionist Israel has bombed all these people's homes to rubble. 80% of Palestinians in the Gaza Strip have been displaced. More than 50,000, more than 50% of Gaza has been destroyed. Oh, not to mention the fact they have killed over 10,000 children. No, actually, you did not mishear me. The IDF, the so-called Zionist Israel, has killed over 10,000 children in the Gaza Strip. Oh wait, but I thought they were targeting Hamas. Well, they've bombed multiple hospitals and schools, went inside the schools and killed women and children execution style. Talking about they're looking for Hamas. Now, my question to the jackasses who are going to look at this video and tell me you're a Hamas supporter. I just have a simple question for you. All this death and destruction, you think all this death and destruction is keeping the alleged chosen people safe? Hmm? You think all this death and destruction you're causing over the Gaza Strip is destroying Hamas? People like you are going around running their mouth talking about you're a Hamas supporter, you're a Hamas supporter. You dumb fucks are the ones who are making Hamas stronger. But you're too fucking stupid to understand that. Yeah, I said it. All you knuckleheads going around saying you're a Hamas supporter if we don't kiss Zionist Israel's ass. You guys are the Hamas supporters. Your arrogance is what's making Hamas stronger, not us. You don't like what I said, you can always go kick rocks. But getting back to the economy, when you ask the average American how you think the economy is doing, most people think the economy sucks. And that is why Joe Biden's poll numbers are in the toilet, are directly in the toilet. And I know you're probably watching, Mike V. No amount of you crying about it is going to change that shit. If Joe Biden doesn't come up with something in 2024, my suggestion: one or two stimulus checks over $1,000. Yeah, that's right. You gonna have to come up with something. All this turning your fucking nose up at everybody. Oh, the economy's great. You just don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you're misinformed. Going around, you think you're gonna spend another year going, oh, you're misinformed. Going around saying you're misinformed, you're misinformed, you're misinformed. That's the only fucking excuse you got, isn't it? Going around saying, oh, you're misinformed, you're misinformed, you're misinformed, you're misinformed. You think saying that dumb shit all next year when people are struggling is gonna help y'all? You think not having a proper Democrat primary is going to help your case next November? Are y'all that dense? We've already had a president. We've already had a term of Trump. Most of us are not scared of Trump, and most of us are not scared to make him 47. Get used to it. And you don't have COVID this time, so you're gonna have to cough up something. And the Democrats don't have 60 votes. Is not enough. It's called political pressure. If you go back and look at FDR, how FDR got stuff done, it's called he didn't just pressure Democrats, he pressured Republicans to get stuff done. See that's a lost art that nobody wants to talk about. He went to Republican districts and put pressure on them by talking to their people about getting stuff done. So is see now Joe gonna do that? Or are you gonna sit back and pretend, oh, Trump is so horrible. They'll just elect me. It's a done deal. We're going to win the election next year. Where we have nothing to worry about. You know it's so bad. Even people who ran Obama's campaign are looking at Joe Biden's people like, what is wrong with you? Shouldn't y'all be pressing the panic button right now? But no, they send people out like Simone Sanders. It's a done deal. Get with the This is the process. Pestra Trust says people, whether you like it or not, this is the process. Joe Biden gonna be your nominee. Joe Biden gonna be your nominee. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Give me 1 second, folks. Let me do this proper. Here we go. Joe Biden gonna be your nominee, and you need to suck it, go vote. Joe Biden gonna be your nominee. I mean, there are no choice. There are no choices other than Donald Trump. Joe Biden gonna be a nominee. Nope, not nominee. That's what they paid me to say. Oh, don't forget, black men, your opinion don't matter. Yeah. Good luck with that in this economy. By the way, if you like this content, hit the Cash App and support the show. Oh, and I haven't got about my this clown right here, Roland Martin. Beep beep beep. Black folk, you better vote. You better vote. Your ass that's died for my right to buck dance for Hillary Clinton. Beep beep beep. You don't let this clown. Yeah, you think this clown here is going to it's going to encourage is going to inspire young black people to vote? Really? You think having this clown here going around down the beep beep beep, young vote, you need to vote Democrat, beep beep beep. You think that's encouraging anybody to go? You think that's encouraging young black people to go vote? Oh, by the way, polls are out, and Donald Trump is now beating Joe Biden in the youth vote. No, that's not a misprint. You didn't mishear. You did not just mishear me. Donald Trump is now beating Joe Biden with the youth vote. What's going on, Snowman? Give me just a second. But y'all think y'all gonna sit up here and shame somebody into voting for Joe Biden? It's just not going to happen. But I'm 15 minutes in, and I'm going to drop the link. And if anybody wants to come up and talk to me about what I'm talking about today, you can do so now. Oh crap! Here we go. Paste. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do some more of these dailies on a daily basis and just give you my thoughts on what's going on in the news. If you like the content, you can always hit the Cash App and support the show. Help me get another laptop, please. But that's the point. All right. What's going on, man?
What's up, AB?
Oh, not much. Just want to pull
Everything,
out those cameras.
everything's going just the way you had predicted a year ago. You talked about this. You talked about this a year ago, and you said it would turn out this way.
Yeah, it's actually worse than I thought. Actually,
Really? How much worse?
um, you know things are bad when multiple people in Chicago are now asking for Donald Trump's help. Now, for those of you who are not in the know,
Oh,
Chicago and Illinois is a well-known Democratic
Democratic
stronghold.
state. Yep.
In fact, if
Yep.
I'm not mistaken, and this is I can't wait till the summer. This is going to be very interesting. The Democrats plan to have their convention in Chicago.
Yep. They are trying to have their convention at the United Center.
And that's going to be very interesting, in my opinion.
It's either going to be the United Center or it's going to be Wintrust Arena because I did as a security guard, I did the Democratic National Convention in 1996.
Oh, really?
Good Lord.
If I'm not mistaken, Clinton
Hence
was
why I
running.
said,
That was the Clinton era.
That was his second term, I
Mhm.
believe.
Yep, that was.
Was this before or after the scandal?
During.
Yeah, I forgot that.
During.
The infamous blue dress.
Mm-hmm.
And she still got that bad taste in her mouth.
And the marks therein.
I do give credit though. One of the best lines. I'll give Bill Clinton his credit. He gave one of the best lines I ever heard from president. I did not hire sexual relations with that woman. I just got some.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
I did not
listen, Bill Clinton. I'm 51.
Depends on what it is.
I'm 51. I can let this out. Now. Bill Clinton stole that election.
You think so? Actually, to be fair, I went back and looked at Bob Doe's campaign, and he was relatively moderate for a Republican.
Yep. He took the conservative route.
May rest in power. He passed away since then.
Yes, indeed.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, Brian. I thought I hated I thought I hated Republicans over here. You know, I'm.
Here's my thing. The man only had one good arm, and let's not forget, a lot of people were questioning his health. Not to mention, he had those two falls. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he fell off stage and fell down a flat. Was it the stairs from the plane and shit a couple
Yep.
times? He was Biden before Biden, with falling down and shit. And plus, he only had one
I,
good arm. Because remember that arm which he was holding a pen in,
yep. Yep.
he almost lost that arm in World War II.
Oh, really? I didn't know that, but okay.
Me neither.
He's a World War II veteran. He had a severely damaged arm, and he almost lost that arm in World War II. He had to undergo extensive surgery, and that's why you see pictures of him always holding a pin in that arm because it's just to keep that strength because it ain't been the same since.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
I mean, there was a joke Jamie Foxx had about him. He said like when he was getting off the plane, when it was blowing, that arm was just waving out there. He wasn't paying attention. But
Mm-hmm.
and why do you
Back
hold
to
the pen, man? You ain't
hold on, wait,
signing no autographs.
Raymer.
Sorry, sorry.
Back to what I was talking about.
Uh,
It's so bad now. Trump is now leading Biden when it comes to young people.
Why are we not surprised?
uh,
That's embarrassing.
That's all I got to
But
say. Why are we not? Why are we not surprised?
I'm not surprised at all. That's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Colorado Supreme Court has just rewarded Trump.
I'm trying to pick a game that I'm trying to pick an NBA game that I want to cover tomorrow to do my first NBA live stream because that's
better
the
not be a
first.
Lakers game.
Hell no, it's not a Laker game. A, it's the Lakers. B, LeBron's on it, and
Oh,
C,
shit.
it'll be too late in the night because I got to take Sonya to work.
Okay, so
Good answer.
oh, it's about to get ugly.
Uh-oh.
Uh, yeah. We need to read. We actually need to read what
The Colorado
what-
Supreme Court has just removed Trump from the ballot for the January 6th protest. This is election interference and corruption at the highest level. It most
yeah.
certainly
So
is.
I totally agree. Yeah.
It most certainly is.
Yeah. I do not agree with these Democrats doing that stupid shit because
Mm-hmm.
here's what I can guarantee. Here's what nobody's talking about. Turnabout's fair play.
Yes.
Mm.
Now, when a Democrat gets in, a Democrat that Republicans don't like it in, y'all keep pulling this dumb shit that the Democrats are pulling right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's why one of the reasons they don't want Trump to get back in because they were he's gonna put revenge on us. I just sit there like, and y'all thought
I look at it this way. They did.
turnabout's fair play. That's why I'm laughing at. Have you noticed something? All the prosecutors going after Trump are black.
Mhm. Yep.
Most of them. And
Yep.
I'll make it very simple for you. For those of you who don't play chess, there's a reason why the pawns go first.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't
Yep.
get that reference, that ain't my problem. But that's one of my favorite lines from the X-Men Last Stand when Magneto said, "That's why the pawns go first." He sent all them knuckleheads out to get shot with that cure first.
Yep.
The eight
Absolutely.
of us go. That's why you have the riddle. The eight of us go forth, not back, to protect our king from the foe's attack. Chess Pawnee.
Mm-hmm.
That was that, and that riddle came from Batman Forever, folks.
Yep. Yep.
By the way, this whole thing about no, first of all, this is nothing new in the political cycle. When one party takes over from the other,
Mm-hmm.
in the first couple of years they're in power, they're going to exact reprisals. They're going to undo whatever the opposing side did, and they're going to try to take. They're just going to inflict damage on them for what they did to them the last time when the roles were reversed. It's a never ending cycle. This is
Now,
why George Carlin said,
yeah, hold on, wait a minute, Naaman. Now, I don't think that's going to hold up. In my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, this can't hold up because it's setting precedents and I don't think they had the proof that they need that this is that January 6th is all Trump's fault.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't looked at the so-called new video that's come out about this, but I don't think this is going to hold up, but we'll see. We'll see.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably just pissed off a whole lot of Colorado voters too. So
Yep. And and because of that piece of news, there's a revolt coming. There's going to be a big revolt because Colorado, with this piece of news, Colorado can wind up deciding the election. It did 4 years ago.
yeah, we'll see what's going to happen because they're doing a lot of
My
shady
question,
shit right now, and it may not be obvious to average person, but it's obvious to me. They're doing all this shady stuff to Trump because they know Biden has no chance in hell in beating them
None.
legitimately.
None.
Mhm.
Why do you think they? Why do you
Here's
think
my
they ain't
question.
having a primary in the Democrat? Why do you think they ain't having a Democrat primary? They know Biden's in no shape
None.
to do a proper primary debate.
Mm-hmm. And he's not going to do a primary debate.
Oh, did you hear in Florida?
Well, you see now.
In Florida, the other candidates that are running are not like Dean Phillips and Marion Wilson aren't even on the ballot. Is the only Biden on the ballot in Florida. I'm like, okay, y'all keep playing around, okay. And
Yeah.
back when Bernie, I was yelling and screaming about this shit back when they were cheating Bernie the first 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
But now,
Mhm.
since they pretty much neutered Bernie, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to yell and scream about that crap. I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to sit back and watch.
Me too. This is why I
Excuse me,
don't.
AB.
Yeah,
This is why. Go ahead, Naaman.
go ahead,
Sorry,
Naaman.
sorry, Brian. Here's a question I've been asked. I've asked this question many times, but
Mm-hmm.
a lot can happen between now and November,
Yep.
Agreed.
and so,
Agreed.
and what I'm saying, and I've said this before. Like, we're dealing with two geriatrics, just like last year. I mean, just like last time. The choice is between two geriatrics. So my question is, will these geriatrics still be around come November 2024? Will they still be alive? Anything can
Can I?
happen. Anybody can
I'll,
kick the bucket.
True.
I'll say this the way that Lewis Black said it. It's a choice between two bowls of shit. That's a line
I
from Lewis.
remember.
That's a line from Lewis Black.
I'll do one better. Louis Black, he said this in the 2000 election. He said, "Can someone explain to me how we ended up with these two schmucks?"
Yeah,
Regarding
Yeah.
Dougie.
that sounds about right.
And
This
he
is
said,
why
like,
I
by
don't get. This,
2004, we'll be voting for plants.
this is why I don't get into politics as much as I did once upon. You want to hear something funny? You know who tried to get me into politics? And I mean
Oh,
tried hard to get me into politics. AB, you're gonna laugh at this answer.
Oh, who tried?
I'll wait for you to sit down. My mother.
Oh, I can believe that.
okay.
I can
My
believe that.
mother.
That's
I played along for as long as I could until I moved to Gary, Indiana. And then
Yeah.
I stopped playing the game.
Rest in power to my
I actually stopped playing the game in 2000 after that great screw job.
mhm.
rest in power to my mother. Believe it or not, my father was a Republican.
Mm.
He was an old,
Okay.
he was solid generation, born in 1932, and he was an old school black Republican.
Ah. I
And
don't.
my mother always told me, you're really not a liberal. You got some conservative in you, and yeah, that eventually came out
Mm-hmm.
because when I turned 18, well over 20 years ago,
Okay.
I
Mhm.
showing my age here. May not look it, but I'm showing my age here. Up till 2016, I voted majority Democrat. I had
See.
nothing to hide. Now, what broke the camel's back, quite frankly, was 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Was my nose
Yep.
and voted for Hillary Clinton, and I still cannot get that stench
Out of you.
out of my nose.
Out of you. Exactly.
Oh, by the
Y-
way,
You know
uh,
what I did in
wait a
2016
minute,
on
wait a minute,
election?
hold on, no, man, let me finish. By the way, allegedly, Hillary Clinton has stepped in to help Joe Biden with his campaign.
Oh, we all know how that's going to turn out. And we all know her ulterior motives. This is too easy. This is too easy. She ain't helping him with his campaign.
Oh, by the
This is
way,
too easy.
he's losing to Donald Trump in 7 swing states,
It'll be
including the
more than
majority of
seven.
the,
It'll be more than 7 very soon. I'm not.
including wait a minute, including to the majority of the swing states he won
Mm-hmm.
last time. He's losing to Biden by 10 points in Michigan. I mean,
Well,
Biden's losing to Trump by 10 points in Michigan.
the economy is the main reason. I can tell you this morning last night when I was coming home from
Mhm.
taking my daughter to work, I took a peek at the gas prices and it read 251. I wake up this morning to go to the doctor and then go get my daughter. There's a 30-cent jump.
Ooh,
Oh.
okay.
There's a 30-cent jump. I mean, the average, actually the average with the areas I'm in, Columbus, Scipio, Edinburgh, and Franklin, when I do Uber Eats, the average is 35 cents. It's a 35-cent jump.
Oh, but you listen to these
Oh,
numbers.
wow.
Oh, but gas prices are going down. Why is everybody complaining about the economy? I don't get it. Biden economy is doing great. Bidenomics is working.
Who told this lie?
MSNBC, CNN, which I don't
Matter of
watch
fact,
on a regular
ma-
basis.
matter of fact, let me say this: if Bidenomics was working, then people like me wouldn't be suffering after kicking cancer in the ass. Can I
What
get a
people failed to
witness?
realize, yeah, what people failed to realize was the economic problems that's going on right now. They
Mm-hmm.
were long overdue because
Oh yeah.
it was explained whoever was president after the 2020 or whoever won the 2020 election, they would inherit a shit show of an economic situation.
Oh,
And
yeah. It was a shit show
They
back
were
in
just
the 80s.
holding it off until after the election to
mhm.
address it. In 2021, 2022 is the earliest that they addressed it, but you saw what happened. A lot of this shit that came up that distracted everybody from it. Like the
Yep.
insurgents, like the insurrection, for example, was a big distraction for what was about to happen. Let's not forget
Which
what happened in Texas, the
which
big
was
freeze.
planned by which was planned, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Oh,
Yeah.
allowed to happen.
But
I got another poem for you. Let's play it. Here we go. This message is for young black people in 2024. Don't believe the lie. Your ass
mm-hmm.
didn't die for you to violently vote Democrat. Don't believe the lie. Your ancestors didn't die for you to wait on the Democrats to get 60 votes. There are 100 senators. A majority is 51. Don't you believe that lie? Don't believe the lie. Your ancestors didn't die for Roland Martin to butt dance for Hillary Clinton. Don't you believe that lie? Don't
And
believe
that's exactly what Roland Martin is doing.
the lie for you to vote for the Democrat Party who suppressed your ancestors' right to vote in the first place. Yeah, I said it. Don't believe the lie. Your ancestors didn't die for you to be shamed and voting for old racist Dixiecrats that said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. One more thing. Don't believe the lie. Your ancestors didn't die for you to vote for Democrat or Republican. Your ancestors died for your right to choose who you vote for.
Mm-hmm. Amen to that.
Can I
Amen to
can I
that.
mention something here?
I had to do it. I
Can
had
I
to do
mention
it
something?
This is one of the BGS's clip, but it comes from Candace Owens. I had to do it.
Presents here today. Life's tough. Get a helmet, man.
You hear that?
Say it
I
again.
heard that.
Again.
Presents here today. Life's tough. Get a helmet, man.
Life stuff. Get a helmet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't always agree with
And she's
Candace,
got
but
a helmet of her own.
you cannot dispute that woman's ovaries. Look. I have to give Candace her due because she showed up to Patrice Culler's house and had. If you don't know who Patrice Culler is, she's one of the so-called founders of Black Lives Matter.
Oh
Uh-huh.
gosh.
She showed up to that woman's house pregnant and had that woman shook. She had Patrice Culler shook. Patrice Culler, why is Candace showing up to my heart? I'm like, wait a minute, you're scared of a pregnant woman, really?
Is there a reason you're here?
You cannot dispute that woman's ovaries. I'm sorry. You may not agree with everything she said, but yeah, that's a tough one.
Mm-hmm. No,
Isn't she like, right now on the outs regarding the rest of the cast of the Daily Wire right now?
I don't really pay attention to them. It is what it is.
No, I remember checking out Professor Black Truth. He's been like, mentioned that
What's
she's
going
on
on,
the
Andre?
outs with them. Wagwan, Andre.
You can hear me? Yeah, good
Wagwan,
evening.
Andrew.
what's up, Andre?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, oh yeah, like that was the thing. I was gonna ask Snowman. He said his mom got into politics, right? So there
Yep.
was a clip that CBA was using for a while. It's just a joke, but I wanted to ask him. So did your mom tell you to do Biden?
Mom told me vote Democrat no matter what for years. Does that answer your question?
Damn.
And I
Yeah.
live, ever since she told me that, I live by 4 letters, DBTH. Don't believe the hype.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe the hype. I don't believe. I don't believe the hype. See, I graduated from the school of Carlin, i.e., George Carlin.
Right.
Told the truth about this country some 45 years ago, and repeated it several times over. Man, this country was bought and sold and paid for a long time ago.
Unfortunately,
Long time ago,
by the
and
Rothschilds.
people
Did I
still
say that
don't
out
see
loud?
it.
By people like the Rothschilds. Oops, did I say that out loud?
Say it again out loud.
Rothschilds, J.P. Morgan. Oops, did I say that out loud? The original J.P. Morgan, not J.P. Well, part of J.P. Morgan Chase, but the original founder of that bank.
Mm-hmm.
Some other names that got off the top of my head. It's alleged that the Titanic never sank. J.P. Morgan had a similar ship, and he sank the older ship.
J.P. frickin' Morgan.
Oh, by the way, the little known fact: all of J.P. Morgan's competitors went down with the Titanic.
Not surprising.
Conspiracy theory.
I just want to
And y'all hit the cash app and support the show.
please support the show because and please support the Snowstorm Foundation because I'm about to break out the sound bites here.
Mm-hmm.
Here, when my mother, God rest her soul, and may she rest in peace and power. Peace, power, and paradise for both my parents.
Mm-hmm.
But when she told me vote Democrat no matter what, had I known Chris Bass the day she said that to me, my response out loud would have been the following.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Yeah.
That would have been either that one or this one.
Stop the cap.
Here's another one for y'all.
Have you ever heard an Asian?
Oh, wait a minute. I don't want that one.
That one was funny.
74% of Americans feel stressed about their personal finances.
oh no, but the economy's doing great, and we should just go ahead and blindly vote for Joe Biden next year because Trump's running. The economy's doing great, right? Bidenomics is working, right? That's what the so-called numbers say. Question is, what do the people say? Think about it. You know what the sad part is? We got butthurt blues out here that really think they're going to shame somebody and vote for Joe Biden next year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Keep playing around. Trump's going to be 47.
Me and politics never got along in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Quite honestly, no, I never got along with it because, and what soured me, and this is not for the people involved, was a class election I was a part of with a very, very dear friend back in grammar school. I mean, we laugh about the election to this day. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and he kicked my ass. Rightfully so. He was prepared. I wasn't. We laugh. Me and Garrick laugh about that to this day. But that kind of soured me. Like, I got to go through all that work just to lose.
Yeah, well, it is what it is sometimes. You know.
Yeah, true. Nope. Like I said, Garrick and I laugh about the 8th grade election we had to this day. And he and I have been friends 40 years. Oh, but black men don't get along with each other, right?
But yeah, well.
Oh, y'all want to hear something? Y'all want to hear something funny? And my friend Victor told me this. When Jody and I went to Soldier Field to do the Chicago Football Classic, a game I will never cover again. And I got a whole bunch of stories about that. You want politics? I'll give you politics in a few minutes. When we went up there, Power 92, one of the popular stations in Chicago, was out. They had a tent and they were doing a raffle. But according to Victor, all that noise ceased when Jody and I walked by.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well.
All-Star G, I'm doing good, man. I didn't look. I had two duties, my crew and my wife. I didn't pay attention to all the rest of the noise, especially when my wife was getting dehydrated and these motherfuckers didn't want to give me any goddamn water.
Ooh, okay.
They didn't want to give a media person any water. $7 bottle, that's about half the shucks. Turn my camera on. $7 bottle, that's about half the size of this.
What?
I think Base could say it best.
$7
in the all types of blue hell.
$7 bottle, that's about half the size of this. When we left, I told Jody, I'm never doing that again. Because we had wound up having to pay for parking, and the organization wound up reimbursing me that night. There was no roster for Central State in the program. There was no roster. And I didn't get time to print the rosters I needed for me and my crew. When we got in the booth, when we got inside Soldier Field, which took 3.5 freaking hours, and we were told to meet at the media gate at 11 o'clock. My pregame was set to go at 1. I had 4 fantastic taped interviews. 4. Had them all taped, and I'm ready to rock.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get in the booth until almost 2 o'clock.
Wow.
And it's 3 o'clock, and it was a 3 o'clock kickoff. was just the tip of that was just the tip of the iceberg because my crew, Jermail, my buddy James McCallum. Oh yeah, black men don't remain friends for 40 years. James and I have been friends for 40 years. Excuse me. James, myself, Jermail, Victor, all black men, by the way, folks. My wife Jody, and the guest that James had was also female. We all got our spot and was ready to take care of business.
Mm-hmm.
And side note, the side eyes were like flying around.
Oh, I bet.
The side eyes were flying around. But we get up there. The crew looks at me and they said, "Are we still doing a pregame show?" I said, We're not doing a thing until 2:45 Central Time. 15 minutes, set up the game, then we go at kickoff. Because I wanted my crew to rest and cool off. 90 freaking degrees, and they didn't let us in until close to 2:00.
Oh,
So we did the pregame show.
This is politics for you folks. This is real politics.
Oh yeah. And there's more. There's a whole lot more. So we finally get in. We finally get situated. We do the pregame show. Now, mind you, kickoff was set for 3 p.m. Central Time. Keep that in mind. Know what time we kicked off? 3:20. So we wind up having to improvise another 20 minutes. And were it not for the fact that I had lineups sent to me, that I had depth charts sent to me, and I was able to quickly email it to my crew members so they can keep up with everyone that's going with everything and everyone that's going on. I mean, I would have been lost. Because I had one roster on my phone. I had one depth chart on my phone, and I had the other on my tablet. And thank God. So we go through the first half. Everything's cool. Yeah, you're right about that, All-Star. But listen to this. When I got the call, black people suck at doing business. Let me elaborate on that point right there. When I got permission to broadcast, I specifically asked this organization to help me get sponsors. Nothing but crickets.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can suck at business sometimes. When you're trying to get proper business done with black folks, sometimes.
And that's probably what frightened them. I'm trying to do business properly. I'm trying to do business properly. And nothing.
That's one of the reasons why I'm hesitant to. Well, I can't now because I don't have a laptop, but I'm hesitant to build a website for black people because
they want to hook up.
Yeah, you're going to pay me to maintain that server. There's no getting around that. I will not maintain a server for free. It's not going to happen. I won't do it for a family member. I will not maintain a server for free. Most of y'all
I'll get your rates after the new year, and I might have you maintain my website. It just depends on the cost and what I'm able to bring in. But back to Soldier Field.
Wait, let me finish.
Okay.
Most people can't tell me the difference between a Windows server and a Linux server. So want to talk to me about how come you won't build a website for free? If you can't tell me the difference, you can't tell me what server side language you're using. You can't tell me what kind of database I'm maintaining.
My next two words for them are the following: "You fool!"
But continue your story.
We get to halftime, and people are running around taking pictures, mainly of the folks in the crowd was less than 30,000. I predicted 30,000 to be at the game. It was less than 30,000. But we get to halftime, and we're all thirsty and hungry.
Mhm.
There's a refrigerator in the press box full of water. There's a soda fountain right there, and neither one got open.
Mm.
They didn't open the fridge. They didn't turn on the soda fountain. And we were told they were going to open the fridge and the damn soda fountain. Huh.
Okay, so I'm sure that ended your tour at that event.
Man, my friend James recognized something was going on with me. And he said, "What do you need?" I said, "I need a water and a Pepsi." He went and got it, brought it back. Jody wound up getting more water.
Mm-hmm.
But at halftime, oh, I've got to tell you this story at halftime of what happened at halftime. They had the battle of the bands, of course. I ran no interviews. I just told my crew to sit back and relax. Well, my beautiful wife comes over and gives me a shoulder massage.
Mm-hmm.
Complete the sentence.
Oh, so in other words, there were some BWs around, huh?
As I said, gentlemen, complete the sentence.
That's my concubine.
Wait, aren't we supposed to have some sound effects to go with this?
There he goes.
Yeah.
I had to pull up the screen, but we were overrun by B Dubs in the damn booth. In the damn booth.
Wait a minute. Care to elaborate? What are we talking? What were most of them doing in there?
Black women.
You know, journalists or
they were jealous.
Yeah.
No, were they journalists?
Like were they journalists? Some of them were, yes.
Okay.
And I emphasize the word some.
So I guess some were there because of this, that, and the third.
Yep. Others got a hookup.
90 degrees and they get and no air conditioning, and then they give you no drinks.
None.
That's
it
criminal.
took a security guard to ride to the rescue.
I'm
sure
a lot of people were perspiring.
Let me give All Star G a bell for what he just said. As I said, here's the setup and the question. Jody came over and gave me a shoulder massage. Jody came over and gave me a shoulder massage at halftime. And we were both relaxing and smiling and joking around. That's what happily married couples do. Yeah. Considering who was in the booth. Considering who was in the booth and how many of them were in the booth, complete the thought.
Wait a minute. Where was Nicola?
Oh, he went down to one of the other lounges at halftime.
I'm sure there was a Cowboys fan there looking at him saying, "You know we're going to the Super Bowl, right?"
Oh, come on, man. There were Cowboy fans all over the place. But what'd you say, AB?
How dare he? That's my
You know he's with her because he got good credit.
Say it again, Neymar.
You know he with her because she got good credit.
Who let him in the building? How did he get this job? How did that tall man get this job?
She probably hooked him up with the job and everything.
Come on, the folks in the chat, you can get in on the fun too.
Y'all hit the cash up for this.
You know she's with him because he got it. You know what?
But I don't know what the kid did. Let me try to. How come I can't get a white man?
now, mind you, folks, we're laughing at this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the side eyes that were happening in the booth.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of them would look at you and say, when you say you happily married, they say, Negro be lying. And Chris Face's voice too. Negro be lying.
Mm-hmm.
look,
Mm-hmm.
let's get
They
back to
don't seem to. They don't, and it still happens. They don't seem to think that Jody and I are happily married, and we are.
but let's go back to politics for a minute. What Nuke Glory posted earlier, I don't think that's going to hold up. I don't think you can leave somebody like Donald Trump off the ballot and think you're not think that's not going
Right.
to raise hell. I don't. Yeah,
Oh, there's
that's
gonna
not
be hell.
that
There's
can't.
gonna be hell raised. Let me step out a minute. I'll be right back.
All right,
Uh,
that is not. They're not going to take that line down. That's.
mm,
Yeah,
uh,
we're in a whole. I got to talk to BGS about this. We in a whole different territory now.
I don't care who gets voted in, because I'm gonna tell you right now, just like the last two elections, it doesn't matter who is at the helm of the Oval Office. You know, either way, the United States is collectively fucked. Doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat, you are collectively fucked. One way or another, you're fucked. This is
And
what I mean. This is why George Carlin joked about why he never voted. And the ones who vote, he said, you have no right to complain. This is what you voted for.
well,
Let me tell you something, AB. Since I've been in this country, I get. I used to get a letter, but now I get it in digital form. I always get this email from the voting directorate here in this country. And guess how many times I've voted? Only once. Any other time, I paid no mind.
that's your
And the
right.
reason why is I live in a different country, folks. We have a parliamentary style election. I've never voted in the local elections. Only one time did I take part in national elections, and that was a couple years ago. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. And I was an early ballot caster just to get out the way. And I went there when there was like very few people there. Some people looked at me side eye. What you doing here voting? I'm a legal resident. I can vote. And I showed my passport, and I already have my citizenship, so I showed my passport, and they're like, all right, he can vote, he can go in.
Yep.
And I casted my vote, and this is a small ass town I live in. This small town in a sense is like a sundown town, but it's not really. But you have that sense of it. But the politics being what it is, and everybody being fearful, and noticing certain countries here in Europe, they're turning to the right, thinking that'll solve the problems. I'm like, it's not. You're going back to. You just look at the economy being the way things are, and like, dude, this whole world is going through an economic transition, an economic downturn. It's going to be lean times, and hopefully we'll get out on the other side. But until then, you're going to see the worst come out in people. The hatred, the animosity, and people are going to try to galvanize and there's going to be political entities that are going to try to galvanize people and capitalize on any opportunity they can just to get into just to acquire some amount of power. Now, fortunately, there's been a few entities in certain countries that have been shut down because of their shenanigans and because of court cases.
Yeah. Let me.
But, oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Let me get.
Go ahead.
Um. this situation in Colorado, you do realize you just handed Trump Colorado, right?
They could.
Now I know Colorado's a blue
Wait a minute.
state, but this kind of
Mm-hmm.
shenanigans they're pulling,
Mm-hmm.
you might be handed Trump Colorado with the shenanigans you're pulling.
AB, let me ask you a question. When it comes to each and every single state in the union, do you ever notice that? I mean, especially in your case in Indiana, you ever notice how they keep rearranging the voting districts and whatnot?
Yeah,
The whole gerrymandering
but
process. And both sides are doing it,
yeah, I know.
and there's an unwritten rule where neither side calls out the other because they're both doing it. And I remember when I was on Mr. Z's, we got to remind ourselves that
Yeah,
Republicans and Democrats.
hold on, wait a
Oh,
minute,
go ahead.
neighbor. To answer your question, All Star D, I don't like to make those kind of predictions on whether or not Joe Biden's going to live or not, but I will say it's clear that he's in cognitive decline because there's too many videos of him falling all over the place, getting lost, not knowing where to go. He's clearly has handlers,
Talking
and
and babbling off
yeah, and that is
incoherently.
what it is. Yeah, babbling off
I mean,
incoherently.
do you remember Mitch McConnell, where sometimes he would just,
Yeah,
in the
he would
midst
just
of a
freeze. He
press
would just
conference,
freeze.
he'd just freeze up? Hmm. You got a whole lot of geriatrics in Congress,
Yep,
at Capitol Hill, as well as in White House, folks. You have had, and this has been an ongoing problem for the past 30, 40 years now.
yep,
You got old men, you got a lot of senior citizens, and a lot of them are there because, hey, the benefits and everything that come with it. They don't really serve the district like that because most of them are bought and paid for by the special interest group. That's why lobbyists are some of the highest paid people you're going to see in the DMV.
yeah. But there's just a lot of stuff going on politically, and that's why I'm telling some of these butthurt blue, no matter who's y'all not gonna have the easiest time y'all think you're gonna have. Nobody's going for that shaming bullshit this year. Nobody's gonna
Hmm.
listen to you shame them into voting for Joe Biden. That's just not gonna happen. You don't have enough backing you up.
And there's a lot of
It'd
pissed
be
off
different if
Reds.
it'd be different if Obama was running, but Obama ain't running anymore. And quite frankly, people get tired of him too. People getting tired of him and Michelle wagging the finger, saying you need to vote.
I remember Patrice O'Neill said it best about Obama. When Obama came to came into when Obama was elected, a lot of people were like happy, but there was a lot of folks out there who were not, and their inner racism came out.
Yeah, that's true.
And Patrice explained like this. And Patrice explained like this: a black man as a president is going to be hard. Is hard to accept for a lot of people. This is why they talk about the birth certificate and everything, because a lot of white men can never accept answering to a black boss.
Yeah, well, oh well, they'll be all right.
You cannot.
Ain't much you can do about it now, especially with the
Shit,
way their population declined. There's not much they can do about that now.
shit. Like I hear
They'll
about.
be all right.
I mean, take a look at Brexit. They were complaining about immigrants, but here's the funny thing: most of the people that were coming into England, into the UK, were from members of the EU, were from countries from the EU. And the funny thing was, they said, We're tired of all these Eastern European men coming in taking our jobs. But nobody said anything about Eastern European women.
Yep.
You're no. And it's like, and I remember watching, a documentary about that Brexit thing. And somebody asked, and this one Brit was like looking at this Polish guy who had a successful carpentry business. Like, why won't you hire local Brits? And immediately I paused and I looked at myself and I thought out loud. First of all, how many Brits are willing to work for an immigrant or to an
Yeah.
immigrant employee?
Oh, wait a minute, Namer.
White or otherwise. Okay.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. He doesn't need Colorado to win. But the way Democrats are operating, he might get some of these blue states that, because as I said earlier, people in Chicago now are asking for Donald Trump and Republicans' help. Yeah, I don't think people understand how much of an epic fail that is for the Democrat Party.
Yes.
They're asking for Republican help. They pretty much some of the folks in Chicago have pretty much said, screw the Democrats, Republicans. This is your opportunity, or independent. This is your opportunity to get our vote, because the Democrats have shown their hand to us, and we're not having it. You're not going to screw us over and think we're going to keep voting for you.
And some people
So
are just gonna say fuck both sides and vote a third party. And they're gonna try, and both parties are gonna shut out the third party from any of the political debates. Look what happened in 2016 election.
shoot.
Does anybody remember Gary
I'm
Johnson?
I'm sorry about that, guys.
No, you're fine.
That's all right.
I'm going to
We're
state,
going to shut down a little bit anyway, so we can get ready for Art Newstall's.
yeah.
All right.
I leave y'all with this. I have a ridiculous goal, and there are about 99% of the people I say it to don't think I can do it. But in 2 years' time, I plan to be in Santa Clara for Super Bowl 60 as a press member and on Radio Row. I had planned to do it this year, but A, couldn't get the funds in time, and B, my recent health scare kind of ended all that. But speaking of some great words, we leave y'all with these.
When my time on earth is gone and my activities here are past, I want they bury me upside down and my critics can kiss my.
Rest in power to the great Bob Knight.
Yes, rest in power, Robert Montgomery Knight. I will see you gentlemen later. I'll try to check in with Art Newstall. It's just going to depend on what time I get home from taking my daughter to work.
All right.
Thanks for having me up. I appreciate it.
All right. See you tomorrow. AB,
Yeah.
I just wanted you to know you ain't shit, and God bless you for it.
Hey, I never claimed to be.
Man, it's just
I'm
like
trying
Deion
to do
Sanders
more
with the
than-
Shannon Sharp.
I'm trying to do as many daily shows as I can, even on my dialysis days, and put as
Yeah, how
much
you holding up
content.
with that, by the way?
Huh?
How you holding
What'd
up,
you say?
with the whole dialysis thing? It takes a toll on you, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
I know. A lot of people forgot, what's her name?
Sometimes,
Go ahead, sorry.
it takes a toll on you, and the machine does wear you out. Fortunately, I still got some youth left, so I pull through it as best I can. Sometimes I have to take a nap before I do the stream, and sometimes you got to do certain stuff before, and you
Yeah.
have to watch your port after. Usually this well, let me get some light. Usually my port right here, this port that I use for you have two 15 and a quarter needles a day. every 3 days. And once they take those needles out, you actually have to sit there and hold those spots because otherwise you'll bleed out. Because they go into your veins.
Ow.
They go into your
Those, are those,
they're cleaning your blood, so they go to your blood, they go to your veins
hmm
and stuff. So yeah, there's a whole lot that goes into it that I just don't talk about. Sometimes you cramp while you're on the machine. You get cramps in your
hmm
leg and your sides, and they hurt like hell. You have to call the text to cut you off or give you fluid to
Yeah.
calm your cramps down, and it's a whole process. I do my best to try to sit there and listen to music. Sometimes I'm watching a movie on my phone. Sometimes that I've downloaded. Sometimes I'm reading a book.
hmm
There's a lot that goes into
Anyway,
that.
anyway, I hope things work out for you, man. May you finally be free of all this. Hopefully, you forget a kidney or something like that.
Yeah, me too.
Mhm. Anyway, brother, just to leave you on a good note,
Go
the
ahead.
Colts are gonna be stomping a mud hole next season. Hopefully, if not, you know what? You can always vote a different team.
Yeah, they're
hmm
gonna do what they're gonna do. Yeah, I don't really worry about them. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. Right now,
Uh,
that's all I got to say for today. I'm about to cut the stream off and eat some dinner before
peace
our
out.
get started. So thank for everybody coming through, and always remember, keep it grinding, keep it pushing, keep it moving. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out. Peace. Y'all have a good day.